All right, welcome back everyone to Disc Golf Daily, the now Sunday interviews. So it was on Saturday, now we're doing Sundays. We are interviewing people who are movers and shakers of the disc golf industry that, are just in the back end, that some people might not know what they're doing and what they got going on and why certain things are so successful because of people like who I'm about to introduce, Andrew Johnson of MVP.
Yeah. Well, that was much too kind. Thank you, Ben. I'm really happy to be here, man.
Of course. So, Andrew, for the people that have no idea who you are,
Sure.
which shouldn't be anyone. Everyone should know who are you? What do you do for MVP? And I guess your official title. And I guess tell us just a background how you got involved with MVP Disc Sports.
Sure. So Andrew Johnson. My official title, I suppose, with MVP is marketing director and team MVP director. So I'm doubled up a little bit. I started with MVP, let's see, I believe it was 2019, right before Worlds, as a media editor, as a member of the media team. And from there, went on the road, toured on the Pro Tour for a full year as team manager. And then I've worked my way up slowly to be marketing director and kind of where I am now. I wear a lot of hats, but yeah, that's the long and short of it, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the first time I ever saw you was when you were touring at MVP. We didn't really know each other.
No.
But yeah, at the MVP Open, you were out there vending, and you're still there. So that's cool.
I'm still there. Yep.
So tell us just what has been your favorite part working with MVP so far in this journey you've been on, and if you have any cool stories from anything really that you can share with us.
Well, my favorite part, I suppose, is just working at MVP is, it's been a lot of growth for us since COVID. It's been a lot of growth for the whole industry, but certainly for MVP. I'd say the people we get to work with, fast moving environments, there's no dull moment at MVP. So that's kind of what I like the most about it. Working with Brad and Chad, I think two of the brightest minds in disc golf. Those are MVP's owners and creators, for those who don't know. They are tremendous to work with. I enjoy it every day, honestly. It's always a new challenge. It's always a new adventure, it feels like. We try to do something big once a year. We try to top ourselves, which can be stressful, obviously, because we've been doing a lot of good things recently. But yeah, I'd say the nonstop fun nature and honestly just working in disc golf. It can be stressful, I think, as everyone, you know at this point, with the Expo. But
yes.
It's a lot of fun too, man. I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Exactly. Yeah. It's a lot of stress because it's like in disc golf, it's pretty small and it's like everyone knows everyone and you don't want to let anyone down. So,
no,
but it's very fun.
It is. Yep. Yeah. Small. I think the coolest thing, brief story.
Tell us.
2021 Worlds. I was there with media, right underneath the old James Conrad holy shot moment. Again, goosebumps just thinking about it, man. That was definitely the coolest thing that has happened to me in disc golf, and probably in disc golf, period. Being there, ground zero, seeing that go in, catching the aftermath, the reaction, James's excitement, everyone's excitement. That's definitely the coolest thing that I've done in disc golf. Signing Simon, also a really big one too. I've had a lot of good moments. Honestly, I've been blessed.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's funny because I barely missed the holy shine, and I just wish I was tracking scores on UDisc. I didn't have this is like I don't know when Worlds was, let's say June, but I started playing April of 2021, so it was like
you were right on the wave.
Yes, I was like just starting. I was on UDisc checking, and I was rooting for James. I was like, because I wanted him to win. I was when I first started, he was probably one of my more favorite players. And I was like, come on, James, and I was like, oh my goodness, they're going into a playoff. So then I drove down to my neighbor's yard, like a few holes away. A few holes. See disc golf on my right.
I know the feeling. Yeah,
few homes away. and they're just freaking out. I'm like, what happened? And then they show me the holy shot at that point was on replay. And I was like, how did I just miss
You just missed
disc
it.
golf history?
That's brutal.
It was pretty brutal. So MVP, in my eyes, starting in April 2021, like I said, kind of went from an obscure niche brand of disc golf that had a really dedicated following, the Gyronauts.
The Gyronauts.
To now being like sold out consistently in retailers. Like I've heard so many pro shops say like, we just can't keep them on the shelves, like, even worldwide. With everyone and their mothers throwing their plastic now, your plastic now. What do you attribute the rise to MVP2? Can you just give me a few key factors? I know obviously one of them is probably the holy shot, but if you have
that's a key one. We've had a lot of, I think in life, timing is super important. Or is everything, some say. And we've been pretty lucky with our timing. So for me, when I tell people who ask me this, it all starts with Brad and Chad, their dedication to, gyro and kind of just the science and the engineering behind it. Making a disc, I don't know. For all you disc golf fans out there, you probably know, but if you don't, making a disc is incredibly difficult. And that's something that they get up every day for, to try to make the most consistent, best disc possible. So that, solving the engineering side, that's step one. Step two, James Conrad, the beautiful man, the one and only, the magic man. That's definitely step two, man. He changed a lot of things for us and for disc golf, I think, with that shot. And then, we expanded production dramatically after that. COVID was huge, but we were willing to take risks, I would say, and expanding production like that into a market that like COVID was, that's a huge risk. It paid off for us. So I would say, in short, those two things, the dedication and energy that Brad and Chad bring every day, timing, and ability and willingness to take risks. That's been big for us. It's paid off for us. Yeah.
I always say, maybe I mentioned on this podcast before, but one of my favorite quotes is opportunity is when luck meets preparation.
Yes. 100% agree with that. And that's, to me, that is MVP's story.
The timing of it all, signing James, and even the minuscule probability of him even throwing in that shot. It's just mind boggling. It's just like, it's like you guys won the lottery. That's what it, realistically, like, it's like the chances.
It was insane. And then pivoting that to be able to sign Simon, I think we had, at that point, we had our engineering, everything, making a disc as good as it can be. We had that on lock. And then we signed, obviously James brought a whole lot of eyeballs to us. And then Simon brought just a next level of eyeballs. And it's been, I think that's the story in a nutshell, for right now, at least.
Yes, for right now, that's exactly correct. Because I see MVP growing more and more. So speaking of Simon, can you kind of take us behind the scenes when Simon signed with MVP? Sure. Or let's just say like the first few months before he signed, when you guys were in talks or whatever. Whose idea was it, and how did it come about? And do you have any good stories that you can share, and that you can recall when you were trying to land Simon? Sure. Was it a stressful time?
Yeah, it's definitely stressful for sure. I don't know how good of a story it is, but so we do, like, off season is due diligence time for me as a team manager. So I pitch ideas, good ideas, bad ideas, things I think will work, things that I think would be awesome for us and that won't work ever. There's no way we can do them. And one of those ideas was signing Simon. He was under contract. I didn't think there was a chance at all we would do it. But, you go through your due diligence, and it was impressive. Obviously, Simon's a one-of-a-kind guy. So Brad and Chad were excited and say, hey, if we have a shot, let's take it. So I reached out to Steve Dodge, shout out. He set up a little secret lunch with Simon. And I'd say from there on out, I was supposed to fly back, I would say the next day. I brought just a couple of boxes of discs for him to try, just on a whim. Didn't think he would take it. Honestly, you don't know how lunch is going to go. It could be, who are you? Why are you here? I'm with Discmania. Thanks, bye. But I think, I think he saw how dedicated we were, how interested we were, and it was an interesting opportunity. He asked me when I was flying. I said, next day, and I was like, I can change it. So I changed my flight. We threw discs the next day. I think it extended one more day. He went to a Celtics game. I remember that. And kind of made my pitch the entire time. Met the family, Natalia and Emmett at the time. It was, it was a whirlwind. It's kind of like, it felt a lot like a legitimate free agency meeting. It felt like, so it was interesting. And it was, the whole time, is like, is this going this well? I can't believe this is going this well. I thought this would be a 5-minute thing and I'd be back home and we'd be pivoting to something else. But yeah, it wasn't sold then, but I think the seed was planted, and then we had to wait a few months, and then it was official, and Simon was there. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't really recall. I remember seeing like on Infinite Disc website before you guys signed Simon, like they're like top. There's maybe one MVP and they're top 20, and then after Simon was signed, it was like 5 molds in their top 10 or something crazy like that. Some stat
almost
like that.
Immediately. Yeah, it was wild. Like it was honestly a mini COVID for us. Just Simon. It was, I think a lot like perhaps the glitch that we'll talk later. It was a huge success, immediate success. That we knew it would be big. We didn't know how big it would be, and I think it's been an amazing partnership for us both. And it's honestly just getting started. So we're really excited about the future.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So yeah, let's just go straight into it. Let's talk about the glitch. I actually have a little glitch collection going on. You guys have run some at the Northeast Disc Golf Expo one year, so that was awesome. And I have a few other obscure ones. Mm-hmm. So it's one of the best selling discs in the world. That's non-disputable. It's a fact. How did the idea of the glitch come about, and why do you think it's been so successful? And were you surprised by its insane success?
So how it came about, the idea of a disc you can warm up with, play catch with, and then still use it as a viable disc golf disc. That was there was a lot of people at HQ, at MVP's, that's their holy grail disc. So it's been something we thought about for a long time. And that was the concept behind it. Have something that's easy to throw, fun to throw. You see someone throwing it, you're like, hey, what's that? Oh, it's whatever it is. It's a glitch. And then maybe that gets someone interested in throwing gyro. Maybe it gets someone interested in just the flight of a disc, which I think we all are. So that was the concept. Was I surprised by how big it got? Yeah, I think it would be crazy to say that we expected that literally, arguably the most popular disc, at least in recent history, we were going to make from something like that. We knew it'd be popular. I think we all got into disc golf for one reason or another. Just one of the core things, we love the flight of a disc, as cheesy as that sounds. And the glitch, Chad designed just a really fun flying disc that you can play catch with. And then turns out that is an incredible way, as we thought, but is an incredible way to introduce people to the sport. It's been an incredible, preparation is opportunity is when preparation and timing meets, or whatever the quote is.
Opportunity is when luck meets preparation.
Luck meets preparation. Yeah, so I bungled that completely. But but yeah, I'd say that's the glitch too. It was a massive success. And then we signed Simon too, and he brought a lot more eyeballs to the glitch. And that was another rocket to the moon, I would say, with adding Simon's eyeballs to that.
Yeah, I think he's gone on record saying like one of the bigger reasons there's so many reasons I heard him say he signed with that, but one of them was because, the glitch, there was nothing like it in any other manufacturer had, so much so that he got a license plate registered that says glitch. Super cool.
Crazy. He's an animal.
So before you came on here, we were kind of talking, and you were saying like your life is pretty much the glitch as right now.
Yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, is there anything you can elaborate on what you mean by that?
So I mean, it just in terms of we sell a whole lot of glitches. That's step one. I see a whole lot of glitches. I throw a whole lot of glitches. You've got a glitch stack. I've got a glitch stack. Like, that's step one. Step two, Glitch World Championships.
Yes.
We've been doing a whole lot of Glitch World Championships qualifier tournaments, which are going on this month. That's the reason it is my whole life, right at this moment at least.
Yeah. So tell us more about the Glitch World Championships.
Sure.
It's September 13th for anyone wondering, but
Yep.
tell us about how it went in its first iteration and what are the plans this year, and just explain to people what you have to do to qualify and actually make it to the Glitch World Championship.
Sure. So year one, well, in general, Steve and myself, we work together on trying to make MVP Open kind of as good and as big as it can be. We want to make that bigger and better each year. And one of the things I love the Masters, and one of the things that I think is really cool about the Masters, outside of everything, is the par three contest. And it's been the dream of an idea, let's say, of mine. To be, how do we bring that to the MVP Open, and also attract actual players, the pros to come play? Because if it's just a mini version of the MVP Open right before, no one's probably going to come to that besides our players, which it'd still be a fun event. Then we have that idea with the concept of the glitch. It's still taking off more and more that year, last year, and it was just why don't we just marry the two? Have a one disc event at Maple Hill, Glitch World Championships, and just see if that would be something that people are interested in. It sounded like a really awesome idea. It came together kind of pretty quickly. We thought we didn't really know how last year would go, and turns out it was a big success, at least locally. And I think we've pivoted that to making it bigger this year with the Glitch World Championship qualifier series, which are going on all throughout June. If you win one of those as an MPO or an FPO player, you qualify to play in the Glitch World Championships September 13th against some of the best players in the world, at least the best glitch throwers in the world. And yeah, it's been awesome, man. It's been a whole lot of fun. It's an interesting event series. I thought we'd be pretty successful if we had 50 or so of those qualifiers fire. We've had, check the notes, 117 fire, and almost, I think, a little over 2,000 people I've registered so far. It's kind of crazy, yeah. People, TLDR, people love the glitch. And honestly, events like those, super serious, I come from the Ultimate Frisbee background, so I think it's a really cool idea to get people out there throwing, it's still a disc golf disc, but it's more of a lid than a disc golf disc, more of an ultimate. And having people throw those, it's just, people enjoy it. Sometimes, what is it? It's, if you restrict yourself, sometimes creativity flourishes. That's not the quote at all, but I'm drawing a blank on what that is. And I think that's like a one disc tournament. There's something inherently fun about doing one of those. So it's been a lot of fun. And that is why my life is glitches 24/7 right now.
That's awesome. Yeah, I actually participated in the Glitch World Championship last year. Nice. And I think I have the first and only ace.
That's right.
In the Glitch World Championship. So
you're in the Hall of Legends.
Yeah, I have it right up there, the ace disc. So that was just an awesome time. And I came in second in MA1. Only to lose by like 10 strokes. Well,
it's not your fault. Landon Brooks was absolutely the most on fire a human being can be. That was crazy.
I mean, what did he shoot? Like third?
I think he was 11 down. Yeah. Maybe 12, but I think it was 11.
It was something. And 12, 13, 11, somewhere around there. Out of this world. And so yeah, I came in second. But it wasn't close to first. That's for sure. So if you have, do you have anything else you want to say about the Glitch World Champ? Any more notes or?
I'd say, if you haven't qualified, I think there will still be some spots September 13th at Maple Hill. So be on the lookout for more information from us. I think there's 2 more weeks. There are 2 more weeks. They end on June 30th, the qualifiers. So look it up on MVPCircuitEvents.com or look out on Disc Golf Scene. See if there's a Glitch World Championship qualifier near you. A lot of fun, a lot of fun. And I'd love, if you're going to be out there September 13th, I'd love to see you out there. It's just the start, the second year of this, but we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep getting it bigger. It's something I'm passionate and very excited about. So
if you're on the fence at all, it's a blast. It's just it's super fun just playing Maple Hill with a glitch, and like you said, it just brings a whole different side of your game because you have to putt with the glitch. It's different. So you're throwing shots that you probably wouldn't normally throw in multiple ways that really kind of test your game.
It's a great test for the game, and a lot of fun. I guess we should say it is a one disc event. The Glitch World Championships, they crowned the best glitch thrower. We've expanded it this year because we've got more catch hybrid discs. Axiom's got a pitch, and the Streamline Parachute is actually debuting in Glitch World Championship qualifiers. Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's a little more stable than the glitch, just slightly. It goes parachute most stable, glitch kind of in between, pitch a little less stable. So you'll have all three of those discs potentially. So you build like a baby little bag for the qualifier series and for the World Championships coming up.
Yeah, that's awesome because that's what I did. I had three glitches that I used. I had like a R2 glitch, just a regular glitch. I'm not sure it's either plasma or
probably neutron.
Neutron, okay.
Yeah, neutron soft.
Neutron, yeah. So, I built the bag around, overstable, stable, understable. And
Smart.
It worked out.
Well, it's dangerous at Maple Hill too. You could lose one pretty easy. So
yeah. So
three's kind of the bare minimum.
Yes, exactly. I was a little scared I was going to lose one of my ace discs, but I had to throw it on one of the holes after it. But we made it through. We got it. So
talk about nerdy.
Yeah. So let's move on for kind of our last segment. Let's talk about just Maple Hill and the MVP Open. Mm-hmm. It is my favorite event. I live like 10 minutes away. Is there anything you can talk about as to future improvements for the MVP Open? Is there anything in the works, whether it's the course or discs or really anything on that front? Let's talk all things MVP.
So I think
Open.
Steve might have, the covered bridge, covered bridge on hole one's already in. Yes. I think that's the biggest change up for this year. I'll be very interested to see how that plays out. I think it makes how you play hole one now, it needs to be very intentional, whereas before you could kind of just rip one and just make it work wherever you land. So I'm excited to see how that goes. But no, I think that's the main change this year. Steve has some other ones. I'm sure he'll talk about those later. But we will have some discs releasing, I believe, an exclusive disc for the MVP Open. So keep your eyes out for that. And I think last year we debuted the time lapse Simon's disc. So at Maple Hill for the MVP Open. Yeah. So we'd like to do. I think the theme of this is we're always trying to one up ourselves. So we're going to try to do that again this year. Wish us luck.
Yeah. One of my probably my favorite stamp in disc golf was the Lester stamp. You guys, I'm a little biased. It's my town, so I'm a little biased. But that Lester Bear is probably one of the best stamps I've ever seen, and it was going for absurd amounts for resale on eBay. Like the day after, like $400.
It was nutty. Not expected at all. But yeah, we try to reward the people that show up. It's we're not necessarily trying to reward scalpers, but sometimes that just happens when you're trying to reward the people that show up.
You don't count me as a scalper because
hey, there he is.
Still got mine on display.
That's nice. It's one of my favorite things too. Like, Leicester's not that big of a town, and it's cool to show some love, basically, when we can.
Yeah, exactly. That's really why I love it, just showing love to Leicester, and it's just a cool little part of disc golf history. But yeah, I don't have any more questions. Is there anything that you got that before we close out?
Off top, no. Good seeing you, Ben, and I'm excited for your growing Expo series.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes. All right, Andrew, at MVP Andrew, go check him out, and go check out MVP Disc Sports. Thank you so much for joining Disc Golf Daily. Really appreciate it. Is there any shout outs you want to give out before we close out?
Shout out to the Gyronauts out there. You guys, you're why we do it. So thank you so much. Love you guys.
All right. This has been Disc Golf Daily. Thank you so much. See you next time.
Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. It really does help us grow.